Winter is a wonderful time to take hardwood cuttings, and they are probably the easiest of all the cuttings that you could do. And we normally use it for deciduous shrubs, i.e. shrubs that lose their leaves in winter. And they really are so easy peasy. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is a red dogwood, a Cornus siberica, and they've got these lovely red stems. And the reason you would make hardwood cuttings of any plant, so you could do roses or weigelia or the deciduous viburnums, is to make a plant exactly like the plant you've got here. So in every way it'll look exactly the same. It'll have the same leaves, same flowers, same height, same spread. So it's a replica baby plant, and it's cheap. In fact, it's free. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And it's really, really useful, for instance, if you can't afford to buy lots more of one plant, that you can make your own plants and it really costs you nothing. So to make a hardwood cutting, you normally do them from November to February. And it's easy to tell when the plant is ready for a hardwood cutting because they don't have any leaves on. So here we are in winter, and you want to choose, from this dogwood, I'm going to choose a nice straight stem that's coming off the bottom. I wouldn't use something like this because it's too thin and whippy and it's at the top of the plant and the growth is more vigorous from the bottom. So you've chosen a nice long healthy stem, and you're going to make a cut. It doesn't matter if it's a horizontal cut or a sloping cut. I always tend to do a sloping cut, and you're going to make that cut just, I don't know if you can see that, there's the beginnings of a leaf node or a bud just there, and I'm going to make the cut just below that, and you just cut it through with a clean pair of sharp secateurs, just like that. We took off quite a long stem. We'll probably get another 2 or 3 cuttings out of that. I would probably take 2 more cuttings out of that by finding my leaf bud, cutting underneath it, a nice flat cut, travelling up, another leaf bud here, sloping cut above that one, with a nice clean sharp pair of secateurs. And always use nice clean sharp secateurs because it stops any infection getting into the plant. You're not spreading anything around. So just lop those off as close to the stem as you can. They're not needed. So you see we've got 2 nice healthy cuttings there, about pencil thickness, and they will turn into new plants for next year. And they're free. Now, hardwood cuttings are really, really easy to pot up. I would normally take 2 or 3 stems at once and make myself several cuttings like this all at once. So this is sandy soil. You really don't need garden compost. This is just nice, gritty, free draining is the main thing. Gritty garden soil. And I've just popped it into a pot for my cuttings. Now, have a look at your cuttings. And do you remember the blunt end, the flat end? And then we have the sloping end. And we want to put the flat end into our compost like that. So I'd pop them in here, and I would probably do 12 or 15 at once, put an elastic band around them, and then you firm your soil back in around them just to make sure there are no air pockets. And that makes sure that they root properly. So I just tuck them in like that nicely, and then I'd get a plant label and write the name of it, dogwood, and the date that I made the cutting, and I pop that in the pot as well. And then I leave it in the shade near the greenhouse or near a cold frame, or in a cold frame even. And this time next year, you could check them in autumn and you'll find that each one of these will have made roots from the bottom, and they would have little leaf shoots, and that would be a brand new plant that is able to be planted out into the garden and survive all on its own.